continuing on what I've set up in my previous videos regarding this topic, I wanted to talk a little bit about father figures and why having a father is of great importance. Now, we know the significance of having a mother. They provide nurturing, they provide, caring for others, charting your own course, empathy, love, all that kind of stuff. But I feel like in anything in life, you need balance. And I feel like a father really sort of teaches you, morally, right and wrong, how to navigate your own obstacles, and you can learn both of these things from the mother and the father. But I feel like when there is no father present, you get Robby. And in this case, Robby is searching. It's sort of like how Rey from Star Wars, she has no parents, so she's constantly looking for a parent figure. She looks for one in Han Solo, she looks for one in Luke, then for one in Leia. She's looking for belonging. So there's a nice little parallel there. But Robby's is much more, he's looking for a father, he's looking for a parent, he's looking for someone who actively gives a shit about him. And I think this is a big problem that a lot of people go through in the real world, and this is why I love Robby's character, because this happens to a lot of people. Now, I'm not going to go too much into my sort of personal relation to it, but for me, this is a very significant part for me, because I've always had a similar kind of thing where I've looked for like a father figure, I've looked for mentorship from a person who's older, who's wiser, who can teach me lessons, who can be a mentor. And you can be very easily swayed when given the wrong teacher, which is why it's so tragic, with everything that happened at the end of season 3 for him, because Daniel was the opportunity for him to chart a new course, to start anew, start fresh, begin again, lead a brand new life, go in a new positive direction and focus his energy in the right direction and create balance. And then he finally started bonding with his dad. That scene in the car where he's like, thanks for driving me, Dad. Those kind of scenes. And now, with everything that's happened, he was vulnerable. He was primed for Kreese's manipulation. And this is just playing into everything that Kreese is so good at. Especially when he's like, come on, son. Puts his hand on Robby's shoulder. He's gonna... that's another potential father figure for Robby. And, you could say, well, doesn't he need a mother figure? No, because he has a mother. He has a mother. It's a father that he's never had. And when you don't have something for that length of your life, you end up looking for it, and you end up kind of trying to find it within people. And it is a really big problem that Robby is facing, and Robby's, losing his way isn't all his own fault. It's a lot of it is because it comes from a lack of a father who was present in his life, and as much as we all love Johnny, and as much as Johnny's the GOAT and he's brilliant, there's no question that yes, he has failed Robby. He's failed Robby as a father, and it's not a bad thing in that way of me slandering Johnny, because Johnny acknowledged this. He said, look, I failed my kid on his first day in this world. I failed him. So he acknowledges that he's failed him. Daniel also acknowledges that he's failed him. Kreese will never acknowledge that he failed Robby, but he will be using Robby's, good nature and, yearning for a father figure to his advantage. And I feel like you could see a bond really sort of form between Kreese and Robby next season, as initially Kreese sees Robby as a means to Johnny, but he could also see him as potentially like a sort of grandson in a way, that not all family is by blood. And I think this could really serve Kreese's story for the majority of the show going forward. But Robby is a classic case of when you don't have a father present in your life, you can go the wrong way, you can go the wrong direction, and I feel like this is one of them things where I know Miguel doesn't have a father figure present, but he has his mum, he has his grandmum, he has people that really teach him the right way and show him the right way. Robby doesn't. Robby's mother was just, going around sleeping with someone every other night. And there's a little parallel. I don't know if you guys have noticed that Robby listens to music when stuff happens, and Johnny listens to music when stuff happens. There's a sort of like the sins of our fathers kind of thing sort of really playing forward into this show. And it just sort of culminates in Robby looking for a teacher and a mentor in different people. And now obviously we know, and people have said that he's stupid and all that. Well, yeah, he's put his faith in the wrong person. We know Kreese is going to just use him as a means to an end. But this happens in real life. This happens quite a lot, where people will lose their way for lack of a father figure. You know, where a kid who's never known their father their whole life could go any direction, and it's up to them. And this is where I say Robby will have the best arc, because it's up to the kid to choose their own path. It's up to the kid to make the decision, you know, I don't need a mentor, I don't need a teacher, I need just myself. All I need is to believe in myself, and I can make the right choice. And because also Daniel and the Miyagi-Do teaching got to him first, there is potential there for him to choose the right path, but it's going to have to be his choice. You know, eventually you have to draw the line and say, you know, look, father figures or not, you know, he has to take accountability for his actions, and he will choose the right path. But I wanted to talk just a little bit more about this particular thing, because I feel like it's a theme where most people like characters based on relatability. You know, how well can we relate to them? A lot of people relate to Dimitri and kind of reject the idea of Dimitri. Like, they don't like Dimitri, they say he's awkward, they say he's annoying. But let's be real, most people in school were probably Dimitri. Let's just throw that out there. But we do like characters based on their relatability to us as the audience. And I feel like Robby is very relatable for a lot of people, you know, male or female, you know, it don't matter, who have yearned for a parent, a mother, a father, you know, a mentor, you know, someone to teach them, someone to guide them. And there's a great quote from Uncle Ben, right? From the first Spider-Man film. I know what you're thinking. It's not the with great power. It's not that one. It's, these are the years a man changes into the man he's going to become for the rest of his life. And it could not be more true. Right, remember when Uncle Ben says that to Peter in the car? You know, he's like, just be careful who you change into. Because when you go into adulthood, who you change into is who you're going to become. It's going to be, you know, you can always become a better version of yourself. But ultimately, who you decide to change into is who you'll be for predominantly most of your life. Like, unless you have like a, you know, a real 180. And you just go the, you know, either the other way of whatever you were originally. But it's true, you know, this is why Robby will have to make the choice to come out of this himself. And I feel like it's really something in our society where we really need to put more spotlight on the lack of father figures for kids growing up. It is hard to grow up as a kid without a father figure. It really is. And I feel like a lot of people only understand that if you relate to it in that kind of level. Same way if you grow up without a mother. Same way if you grew up without any parents. You know, it applies to both. You know, as I said, father and mother, mother and father, yin and yang, balance. And that's whole, like, Robby's sort of journey is the balance. So that's all this kind of video was, is just me talking a little bit about Robby's looking for a father figure and why so many kids lose their way. And Kreese is a prime example of putting your faith in the wrong mentor, the wrong father figure can be just as bad, you know, and send you down a much worse path. But because you're looking for a father figure, you have no idea if they're bad or not. Now, obviously, we know Kreese is a manipulative arsehole, so there's going to be trouble for Robby down the line. But for the time being, where Robby's at mentally, Kreese is his best option. You know, after his fallout with Daniel and his fallout with Johnny, it just made sense. It just made sense. And that's Robby's sort of main theme, is just looking for a parent figure, looking for a mentor. He's looking for belonging. He wants to belong. He wants to really be part of a family. He's never known it. So guys and girls, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. We march forward to 10k subs. And yeah, comment your thoughts down below. I'm always interested to hear what you guys have to say in the comments section. You keep for your collection.